Florence, Italy, the birthplace of the Renaissance and the center of artistic works from the 14th to 16th centuries. Masterpieces by Michelangelo, Da Vinci, and Botticelli are among the genius celebrated, drawing tourists and inspiring artists from around the world to visit the Tuscan city. Florence has also been host to some of Europe's most important galleries and exhibitions, called Biennale. For 20 years, the Florence Biennale has worked on promoting the development of contemporary artists, like St. Louis native Erin Belanger.
I can't believe I've really made this happen through all of this other stuff. Like, it just doesn't, it's awesome.
The invitation-only event is a dream come true for Belanger and a chance to showcase her pieces before an international audience.
I've just always wanted to be an artist. I think creating is like the coolest thing that we can do. It's limitless. There are no rules. I mean, to some people that sounds horrible. To me, that just sounds like, oh my goodness, that's a way to make magic.
At first, Belanger didn't think her invitation was legit since she was contacted through social media. So she reached out to her childhood mentor for advice, former Clayton High School art teacher, Russell Vanasek.
He looked at me, he's like, wow, that's really good. And I was like, oh, that's funny because I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, well, it looks like you do. So.
She was really worried about the quality of her work and also the consistency of the work, because most of this stuff is pretty new for her, and I said, well, they called you, you had to show them your work, so, go for it.
Vanasek himself showcased his contemporary artwork at the Florence Biennale 2 years ago.
And so that I knew that, getting into these biennales was like a big thing in Europe. And it was really set up for people were going to go around and see who are the best.
70 countries are represented at the exhibition, which is housed in an old fortress just outside the center of the city. Very few American artists are chosen from the Midwest, let alone two from the same city and with very different styles. Both Belanger and Vanasek's love for drawing began as soon as they could hold a crayon. Photography and painting portraits were their interests before venturing into other mediums. Vanasek gravitated towards depicting nature, specifically birds, which he showed in Italy. His use of texture has proven a unique and profitable niche.
Birds are always moving, and they're always making sounds. So I kept putting that into the work sort of as a metaphor for how, birds live and act and how we see them.
I'm not saying I've been through the worst stuff, but I've been through a great, nice, just a little bit of everything. Physical illness, mental illness, like a lot of different things. And it's made me a survivor.
Now a wife and mother, Belanger says her work in various mediums is all about using her talent to help others heal.
And to put that on a canvas is like, I know, I'm getting chills because it's just like, it makes you think anything's possible.
That fits in with this year's Florence Biennale's theme, I Am You, individual and collective identities in contemporary art and design.
There's a lot of work and emotion and life experience and just me that goes into these things. It's about having blind faith that people are going to connect to these things that aren't even living, but they have, you have brought a life to them.
Among the 4 pieces she's chosen to show in Florence is what she's entitled Empath.
And an empath is more like my personality type, very, very sensitive. And she has come out of the darkness with a smile on her face because she's come out stronger.
There's the businessman, trauma brain in bloom.
That's the bloom of trauma for me. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like.
And a bronze sculpture she calls Resting in Pieces, each revealing a piece of her in them.
I'm grateful to have the experience and to not be in pain or sick and be able to enjoy it. We're here at the Florence Biennale, opening day. Everything is absolutely amazing. Here we go. Right here is In Bloom, The Empath, See Through Soul, and The Businessman.
Belanger knows the Florence Biennale could be a turning point in her career. And what better inspiration than being surrounded by history's greats.